7, 8, and 9, we are converting between degree measure and radian measure. We're used to measuring things in degrees. Radians is really equivalent to that, but it's a different form of measurement, kind of like feet and meters are different forms of measuring the same kind of thing. They're used to measure an angle, but you can measure it in degrees or you can measure it in radians. 180 degrees is equal to pi radians. So when I'm going from degrees to radians, I'm going to take my 210 degrees and I'm going to multiply it by pi over 180 degrees so that the degrees cancel each other out. When I do radian to degree, I flip my fraction the other way around. So in this case, if I was simplifying this, obviously I could cross off the 0 and make it a little shorter, 21 pi over 18, dividing those each by 10. I look again and say, oh, I can divide those each by 3. So if I divide by 3, 7 pi over 6. So 7 pi over 6 radians would then be my measure. You'll usually see the word radian behind it, or sometimes I'll just put rad, and that's for radians, the abbreviation. So 210 degrees, 7 pi over 6 radians. If I want 11 pi over 6 radians changed to degrees, then I have 11 pi over 6. This time I want to cancel the pi out. So the pi is going to go on the bottom and the 180 degrees is going to be on top. So here the pi cancels out. I could do a little more reducing. 6 goes into 18 3 times, so it goes into 180 30 times. So I have to take 11 times 30, which is 330 degrees then. So 11 pi over 6 radians is equal to 330 degrees. Number 9, we're going from degrees to radians again. So 270 degrees, I'm going to take it times pi over 180 so that the degree measure cancels out. Again, I could divide by 10 and get rid of one of my zeros. 27 pi over 18. I can reduce that down again because I can divide by 9. So 3 pi over 2 radians. So 270 degrees is equal to 3 pi over 2 radians. It will take you a while to get used to radian measures. When we get to the pie chart, you're probably fairly comfortable with where 180 degrees is and 90 degrees and 45 is. But then you want to also start getting used to what's the equivalent. 90 degrees is pi over 2, so when I have pi over 2 radians, it's in the same place as 90 degrees on my pie, or on my circle.